As the gentle cloak of dusk descends, a quaint town square finds itself tucked into the loving arms of twilight. This place, modest though it may seem to the casual observer, holds a special corner in the hearts of the local folks. The square, graced by a resplendent fountain and adorned by pristine white colonnades, stands as a testament to the collective effort of the townsfolk from a century gone by. It continues to serve its original purpose as a hub of friendly chatter, thoughtful walks, and heartfelt rendezvous. Tonight, the air possesses a cool, invigorating energy. The faint aroma of popcorn is dancing in the breeze, and distant, joyous voices lend an irresistible charm to the evening. At the heart of it all is the town fountain, an enduring symbol of unity and nostalgia. This fountain, an artistic marvel gifted by a past benefactor, murmurs an endless symphony of water, creating a tranquil ambiance in the square. One could argue that it is the heartbeat of the town itself. Its comforting waters fill a circular basin, rimmed with sturdy, inviting granite, the perfect perch for dreamy eyes to watch the fountain's playful dance upon the water. Beneath the surface, a galaxy of copper coins lies dormant, each a testament to someone's dream. Perhaps the fountain has a touch of magic that lures so many hopefuls. Yet it's the undying spark of human hope that truly sets this scene alight. I have known this place, its contours, and its residents intimately. And tonight it brings me great joy to share them with you. Just as twilight transforms into evening, the charming Martha makes her entrance. With her arrival, a symphony of wings creates a soft, whispering echo across the square. Knowing she is being observed, Martha takes her time, leisurely settling onto her preferred bench. At last, her hands, snug within the pockets of her vibrantly patterned quilted jacket, emerge holding 2 canvas sacks. On cue, an aerial ballet of finches and pigeons swoop down, creating a gentle whirlwind around her. They maintain a polite distance, eagerly awaiting the treats Martha has brought. Her face lights up with a smile, her rings glinting under the gentle street lamps as she strews a rainbow of seeds over the cobblestones. The finches, agile and keen, are the first to claim their share. Martha has a soft spot for all her winged companions, but her heart truly belongs to one, a blue jay named Oscar. As the birds feast, Martha carefully pulls a peanut from the second sack. She presents her offering to the sky, her elbow resting on the bench. In the encroaching darkness, a blue streak paints the canvas of the sky. Oscar, faithful and sure, sweeps down and plucks the peanut from her grasp. Carrying his reward, he retreats to a safe distance, cracking open the treasure under Martha's watchful, still gaze. The centerpiece of this tranquil square is a fountain crafted from pink granite. Water springs from its core, flowing over layers of marble before filling a luminescent green basin. The floor of the fountain gleams with a countless array of coins, silent witnesses to countless whispered hopes. Nearby, a little boy named Leo perches on a bench, his body curled up, chin resting on his knees, resembling a large, contemplative bird. From her shop window, Leo's mother keeps a watchful eye on his red puffer jacket, sparkling under the soft glow of the street lamps, with tiny droplets of water borne on the wind. Leo appreciates the sacredness of a wish, always respectfully closing his eyes when others approach the fountain. Most people barely notice his quiet presence. In the soft background murmur of the fountain, visitors' whispered wishes seem to blend in, echoing Leo's silent vigil over these fleeting yet heartfelt moments. Nestled in the southern corner of the square, we find the ancient chessboard of Tom and Sam, two old friends who relish their quiet evening showdowns. The cool embrace of the night lends itself perfectly to their shared concentration. Each gentleman, wrapped in winter coats and crowned with woolen caps that cover their snowy hair, is a picture of comfort and contentment. On nights when the chill is particularly sharp, they ensure their scarves are snugly tucked under their chins. They bring along thermoses brimming with hot coffee, its warm aroma subtly infusing the night air, promising to keep their spirits up and their minds alert. The picnic table they occupy glows gently under the light of pillar candles. The warm radiance dances upon their weathered hands and brings an enchanted life to the chess pieces, lovingly worn with countless games played. Tom and Sam, who have faced each other across this board since their school days, share an unspoken bond that comes to life when the game begins. Talk fades into the background, and each chess move is whispered softly into the night air. The initial dance of the pawns, the brave charge of the knights, and the calculated diamond-shaped journey of the bishop across the board is a dance they know by heart. The queen, the star of the board, remains dormant until the climax of the game, often tasked with turning the tides of battle. Despite their shared history, a dash of unpredictability keeps their games lively. Their eyes sparkle with the joy of the game whenever they experiment with unconventional strategies. Regardless of who claims victory, there is always the promise of another friendly duel tomorrow. As the night matures, the local restaurants leave out charming dishes filled with leftover treats at their front doors. By dawn, these dishes are emptied to the last crumb by the neighborhood's cats. These feline denizens emerge from their cozy corners, some venturing from the wilderness, while others slip away from their domestic comforts in search of midnight adventure. Leading the procession is Bella, a vivacious orange tabby, her copper name tag ringing softly against the quiet night as she deftly navigates the rooftops. She moves with a dignified determination, the soft thump of her paws echoing faintly through the silent streets below. Bella, unlike most of her feline peers, prefers the generous offerings of the pub over the more lavish seafood restaurant. She relishes the fish and chips, served in a basket that never fails to satisfy. The feline feast doesn't end until every last morsel is gone, after which they stretch, yawn, and indulge in the ceremonial grooming. Bella, in particular, loves visiting her favorite pine tree for a satisfying claw-sharpening session. Gradually, the full-bellied cats retreat, their eyes heavy with the promise of sleep. Just when the night seems to settle, the cheerful rumble of Victor's popcorn machine resonates through the cobblestones. A beautiful relic of a bygone era, Victor maintains the machine with a care that borders on reverence. Its shiny kettle, encased by 4 glass panels, glows beneath a gilded roof, adorned with whimsical accents and lively illustrations of pop kernels. Victor expertly prepares for the night, his movements swift and familiar. With a flick of a switch, the machine hums to life, the soft glow of an orange bulb accentuating the shine of his black hair. A splash of oil goes into the kettle, the aroma permeating the air. Victor tosses in a single kernel, waiting for the satisfactory pop to signal the beginning of the popcorn show. Then the rest of the kernels follow, their chorus of pops merging into a delightful melody. He prepares red and white striped bags, lining them up neatly, and arranges his seasoning cart. The variety of flavors, from sweet cinnamon sugar to the adventurous dill, caters to all sorts of palates. But it's the comforting scent of warm popcorn that captures Victor's heart night after night. Settling onto a tall stool, he closes his eyes and breathes in deeply, the aroma of hot popcorn transporting him into a state of quiet satisfaction. It's an experience he'll never tire of. At the northern extremity of the square is home to a flourishing little garden, a treasure trove of botanical wonders. It is secured by a wrought iron fence, deterring potential mischief makers of the animal kingdom. After dusk, the life-giving drip irrigation system springs into action, showering the verdant inhabitants of the garden. The scent of rich, damp soil, accompanied by the aroma of the thriving greenery, fills the night air. Roses, a specialty of this garden, grow in splendid abundance here. There are the damask roses, their pink petals exuding a sweet scent of orange honey, the lilac tea roses with their musky undertones, and the impressive pink centifolias stretching towards the star-studded night sky, their full blooms reminiscent of perfectly round moons mounted on prickly stems. Illuminating the garden from above are delicate glow lights, swaying softly in the nocturnal breeze. A lime-green lunar moth, its blue and brown eye spots blinking with each flutter, adds a dash of color to the gentle light as it flits around the luminous orbs. The moth is attracted to the grand Kaffir coral tree, standing tall in the heart of the garden. Its spade-shaped leaves and clusters of red-fluted flowers seem to emerge directly from its textured bark. At the base of the tree, the trunk diverges into a series of large exposed roots. Sheltered beneath the canopy of the tree, a wooden seat with curly metal armrests carries the vestiges of generations past, but beneath its age is a hidden vibrancy. Affixed to the seat, a brass plaque bears a faded inscription that speaks of the garden's purpose, a celebration of the unperceived pleasures of life. As the hustle of the day subsides, Amelia, with her tall, sturdy cello case, makes her way to her preferred corner of the square. Perched on a low, smooth brick wall, her feet planted firmly on the ground, an important detail for a cellist's posture, she sets up for her evening practice. Sheet music, its corners slightly worn, is laid out and secured to a music stand. On windier nights, the sheets take flight, finally coming to rest amidst the surrounding shrubbery. Amelia opens the case, revealing her beloved cello, its flamed maple wood, showcasing a rich blend of reddish-brown hues and subtle gold streaks. She positions the instrument, letting the neck rest gently on her left shoulder and balancing its body on the end pin. Tuning the four strings to C, G, D, and A, she takes pleasure in the harmonic sound they create, a symphony of notes that transcends language and speaks directly to the soul. Amelia's bow glides across the strings, her melodies pervading every corner of the square. Her music attracts an audience. One by one they gather, their attention captivated as she serenades the night. The oldest cafe in town, run by the same family since its inception a century ago, is where we find Benjamin. Now in his 70s, the mahogany-paneled walls of the cafe feel like a part of him. As the last of his patrons nurse their hot chocolates on the sidewalk, Benjamin embarks on his nightly ritual of closing up. Tucking his lengthy grey hair behind his ears, he immerses a washcloth in soapy water and begins to clean the windows, a task he insists on doing himself. He sweeps the floors next, the broom moving rhythmically across the cafe, clearing away the remnants of the day. The once hidden floor reveals a pattern of tiny green and white hexagonal tiles, bordered by orange triangles. A small marble counter with 3 leather stools serves as the cafe's indoor seating. Benjamin nurtures these seats, applying leather conditioner regularly, preserving their charm. As he sets the cafe to perfection, he is transported back to his youth, working at the register after school and on weekends. Although time has etched its mark on him within the confines of this cafe, Benjamin feels as eternal as the establishment itself. Nestled in the eastern corner of the square, a weathered bronze statue stands tall. It is of a woman carrying a basket full of fruits and flowers, her face beaming with an infectious joy. Locals call her Madam Harvest, a silent observer of the town's history and evolution. Over the years, the statue has become a meeting point, a place for casual conversations, heartfelt confessions, and sometimes quiet contemplation. As the sun dips below the horizon, the square's dim lights cast long shadows on the statue, giving Madame Harvest a mystic allure. Every evening, Harry, the town's elderly painter, sets up his easel near the statue. His spectacles perched precariously on his nose, he works with an enthusiasm that defies his age. He daubs vibrant oils onto his canvas, capturing the night's essence in strokes of color. Despite having painted the square countless times, he finds fresh beauty in it each day, cherishing the varying shades of twilight and the play of light and shadow. Not too far from Harry's painting station, an array of wooden benches faces the local fountain. This is where a group of teenagers gather for their daily meetups. Giggles and whispers fill the air as they share stories and jokes, their cheerful chatter mingling with the soothing sound of the gurgling fountain. The serene ambience and light-hearted camaraderie serve as a reminder of the simple joys of community and togetherness. Finally, in the western section of the square, a traditional candy shop lures visitors with its sweet offerings. Run by the charming Mrs. Abbott, the shop offers a myriad of treats that bring a smile to anyone's face, young or old. As the day comes to a close, Mrs. Abbott starts packing up, her hands moving deftly through the colorful jars of candies. The air inside the shop, saturated with the fragrance of sugar, cocoa, and vanilla, seeps out into the night, painting an invisible yet delicious part of the square's unique tapestry. As the clock strikes midnight, the square slowly quiets down, Only the faint echo of Amelia's cello and the soft rustle of the evening breeze remain. The lights dim, and the day's remnants slowly fade into the night, the square resting peacefully, awaiting the arrival of another day filled with life and shared stories.